I don't understand why it's so easy in our society for people to just walk away from their kids and then go on to have more kids. I don't understand that. Now I can understand some situations, okay, you just can't keep the child. There's a lot of situations that could happen and there's a lot of possibilities. It's an endless amount because everyone's living different lives. But to what extent though? Like to what extent should you be allowed to keep having kids, and keep getting rid of them and keep getting rid of them? Like, or just leaving them behind. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, man or woman. Like, so you mean to tell me you can get somebody pregnant and just disappear, dodge child support, and then go on and have some more kids and maybe ditch them too and then go have some more kids? No, you should be locked up at that point because you're a public nuisance. You're going to destroy our community. You should be in jail. What else are you doing? Or you should be castrated. Why are you going around making a bunch of single households and broken homes? Same thing for women. If you're sitting here just mindlessly getting pregnant and just Xing them off in a clinic all the time, like, you just need to go on and be like fixed. You shouldn't be able to keep having kids. Why should you? Why is that's murder? Like at that point, why is she not looked at as a murder? Like how is she not looked at as a murderer at this point? Why is it if they're out of the womb, you can go to jail, but if they're in the womb and this person is habitually doing it, at what point do we not say, hey, she should be in jail because she's clearly like at this point, like that option is already a sensitive topic, right? Because it's sensitive as hell because it is a life that you're taking. It is your body, it's your future, it's a lot of things, but it is also a life. Like you can't get around the fact that it was a life. If you didn't intervene, it would have been a life, right? So you can't like I understand that it's a sensitive topic, right? But if she just keeps going and going and going and just popping these pills left and right and all this other stuff, at what point are we like, no, you're a murderer? You're like low key getting off on this. Like you're birthing your own. Well, you're not birthing, but you're creating your own supply and purposely trying to put yourself in a situation where you can do this. Or why are we not checking in on this? Like, hey, you're just murdering these babies left and right in your womb. Is there something going on? Are you being abused? Like, why is that not looked into? I think it should be looked at way more seriously. Like, it can't just be, well, my body, no, 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 because that's someone else's body too, and that's the truth. Like I said, and I don't think a lot of people in their right mind, of course, would keep doing that. A lot of times, if the men can just disappear and nobody would say anything. No, there should be a manhunt. It should be an absolute manhunt. It should be like America's Most Wanted, but like Deadbeat Most Wanted. Like, where have you seen this man? He's running away from this child and that child, and he's a menace to society. If you can be arrested for being like making a noise disturbance or being like publicly indecent, you know what I mean, or all this other stuff, you can't tell me that someone abandoning their family, abandoning their child, like the highest form of neglect, should just be allowed to just roam around carelessly. And then people get upset about the child support thing, and I get it. It's a lot of ways child support is not fair. But, you know, I don't understand why it's like, okay, oops, like, then why are we not preaching abstinence enough? Like, if you know the outcome's gonna be crappy, why are you putting yourself in that position? You know, like why are you even putting yourself in that position? We should be like, hey, you need to really wait until your brain is fully formed, until you've saved up this amount of money, until your marriage has lasted past the typical divorcing point. Like, there should be more rules and regulations on it. Like, it just has to be like the carelessness. Like, oh, we value human life, but not enough to go after the people that made the human life. Like, no, where's the accountability? Where's the responsibility? Where's the education at? And like I said, with the child support thing, it's like, I get it. It's not that great. And I'm not finna just like downplay it, but at the same time, it's like, I think for some of the cases that I've seen, a lot of times, how do you say, it seems like the person that has to pay the child support isn't considering like the complete lifestyle change and restrictions that come with having a child without support. It takes a village. And if you sit here and take away one of the parents, that means this other parent has significantly less support, especially since this was most likely a live-in support, right? So it's going to be you and your partner. So it's a two-person household trying to look over one child. So someone can do one thing and watch the child, like you can divide and conquer in the sense of managing the household instead of like dividing and being conquered, like if I can even make that make sense. Like you can take turns is what I'm trying to say. Like you can take turns, you can balance the work, you can balance responsibility, but now you're leaving me to find a job or a money source that works around the child going to school or the child like needs being met. It can be really difficult, like, and the restrictions are there versus if you have someone to work with, it's like, okay, you work this shift and I'll work that shift. Never mind you if you have like a special needs child or a very, very young child that's very sensitive or whatever. Like the fact that someone can be like they almost treat the children like a chop shop. Like, oh, well, you get pregnant, just go on and just throw them in the daycare. Like they haven't even been like 2 months old and you already like, are you serious? And you're trying to send the woman back to work after she went through that whole ordeal, body ain't healed, nothing. You're just like, oh, going back to work, be ready. Like I don't know, like it's really cruel to me. It's really cruel to expect that. And then I don't know, it's just cruel. Some people can snap back, some people can do this. Just because some doesn't mean they're the overwhelming majority. And I think it's crazy we only want to look at the people who were okay in those situations and not look at the people who were not. You can't just ignore the people that are not just because it's not favorable to your opinion. But anyway, you should really, like, if we know that kids are the future, then we should really want them getting nurtured, being looked at, and not having their care be split amongst like 8 other kids, I don't know. Like yeah, you can have like siblings and stuff, but it's not the same because they're not all gonna be the same age. You know what I mean? Like being put in a daycare with like 8 other 1 month, well, not 1 month olds, but like 3 month olds and 1 year olds, like all running around versus that about 9 to 10 month space between siblings makes a difference. But anyway, yeah, I don't care what no one says. There should be something, like I said, there should be something where they just, like how they be hunting down pedophiles, they should be hunting down deadbeats. And you can't tell me that all these people that are not paying child support are just that easy to disappear. You're not going to tell me that. Like the IRS and this government and how they hack phones and almost everything needs your social or phone number. You can't tell me that they're just casually disappearing. Like you can't tell me that many people, men and women, are just that smart to outdo the government so that they could never be found and just never like have to pay for something. Like, bro, you got their social. In most cases, at a certain point, their social is tied to this. So you mean tell me like you just casually can't find them, but let them owe a lot of money to like the government? You can't tell me that stuff wouldn't get garnished or found or whatever. And honestly, I would argue that if you're not paying child support for your child, you should go to jail. Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, you missed a few payments. I'm saying like you outright refuse to do anything to care for the child whatsoever. You shouldn't get a new start in life. Your start should be in prison. You made a child, because to me it's giving dumpster baby treatment. You just dump them off for someone else's problem. It's a crime. Like, and you just out here like not even trying. You're not trying to make ends meet. You're not trying to even give like $1 or $5. You're not even trying. You rather just scrap it and start over somewhere else. Like, I'm telling you, to jail. And it should be taken seriously. Like, it should be up there because look at the society. If we are upset at drug dealers for giving something to an adult that an adult asked for, or whatever. But this child that didn't ask for this just got left to like fend for themselves with like just one parent in a society that we already know is crumbling. Like you're just not gonna sell that to me. You're not gonna sell that to me that someone selling drugs is will get them years, but someone completely just ditching their child and knowing they have an obligation. They're just running around destroying our community like through just leaving children is not careless or reckless. You can't tell me that that's not destructive too, and it should be treated as such. Not, well, that's what you get. I never understood that either. So why is that what the kid gets? Why is that what the woman that had the child gets? Why are you so filled with hatred that the two people that did the responsible thing, right? The woman's still there, and that's assuming the woman's there. Like, we're gonna go with the usual way it plays out. Like, the woman that sat here was responsible, had the kid, didn't just ditch them. We're gonna tell her she deserves to suffer while she's raising an innocent child who will by default a lot of times suffer if like the child can only do within reason what the parent within reason is able to either offer or like obtain, or whatever, right? Like it will be somewhat restricted to the environmental factors, and the parent and what they're able to support, allow, contribute, whatever, right? Capitalism amongst other things, right? And it's like, y'all think they deserve to suffer because someone with their free will decided to get someone pregnant and disappear? And same thing flipped. Like, if the woman has the baby and just disappears and leaves the man to suffer, is that what he deserves? Like, why do we think the parent who's trying to be responsible and over responsible, because now they have to compensate for it just being them? And it's not just going to be like double the work. It will be more than that, actually. It's not a trade for a trade. It's like, it's one of those things I feel like a lot of times you gotta live to fully grasp like the reality of it all, because having to work a job, trying to get your kids to and fro, having to balance that and all this other stuff, like it's a lot of stuff that can come up, extracurriculars, for overtime, bills. This person still has their own parents they may have to look over, like the grandparents. It is a lot of work and a lot of responsibility to not be sharing with someone. And y'all think that they should suffer more as if they're not already trying to do something that's supposed to take a village? Because mind you, a lot of times when that person leaves, the parent leaves, a lot of times the family with that parent, so like let's say the woman leaves, a lot of times the family of the woman will not be in the picture. If the man leaves, sometimes the family of the man isn't around. That's not always the case. I know, even though my dad wasn't really around, his mom, until she passed, would check on me. She would call all the time from Florida. She would call all the time to check on me. So it's not always, but it severely does or can hinder, everything that is afforded, or opportunities that could be afforded to the child. But I just don't understand it. Like, why are we not saying like he deserves to suffer, or or she deserves this? Why is it not like the person that left and is not even trying, like not even attempting? They don't have not like one good intention in their bone. It's very obvious. Like, it's very obvious. Like, and we're just gonna sit here and not be like, oh no, they deserve to suffer for that. Like, I don't get that. We'll just say the person that's already working their butt off to the bone, they're the ones that deserve to suffer. The person juggling it is who deserves it. No, they don't. No, they don't. They deserve, matter of fact, you know what they deserve? They deserve a hug. They deserve support. They need a real system in place. And the dog, or the female dog that left, whichever parent it was that left, and they didn't have like a real valid reason, and they're not looking back, they're not trying, they should be hunted down, and they should go straight to prison. And then they can be let out on like work release or something until they get it straight, because it's a life. It's a human life, and it deserves to be loved and cared for and nurtured. And if you're not going to do that, then you should at least pay for them so that maybe more things can be afforded to them financially. Like a person can pay for this and pay for that to make up for what you're not doing. Because my thing is, like, this is the part that gets me too, right? Like, people act like the care that you give to a child is not considered work. Like, oh, you're supposed to do that. People, like, it's not a job in and of itself. It's literally a job. Whether it's the caretaking part, the nursing part, the chauffeur part, the butler part, you wear so many different hats as a parent. And now you have to figure out all those hats by yourself. You can't even interchange them with someone else. You're missing a whole support system. So now you have to be everything, the teacher, the everything. Even if you send your child to school, you still have to help them when they come home. It's like almost not enough hours in the day. Like, your managing and supervising skills have to be through the roof. And I just don't get it. I personally do not get it. And a person who's a single parent, and then you don't even know, like, this is the other part that gets me. You don't even know why the person's a single parent, right? Because this not all, like, people hate single moms more than single dads. Like, I noticed that, like, it's always like the woman, she wasn't responsible. Like, it's always some crap like that. But I don't understand it, because what if the spouse passed away? What if they went to go serve the country and passed away? What if they just simply was driving their car and there was a wreck? What if they got seriously sick? Like, and they just can't contribute like they used to. So yeah, the parent's still there, but they're not like a full blown parent. Like the Bible warns you about like mistreating the fatherless and mistreating the widows. Specifically says, if they cry out to me, I will. Like, there was no misreading it. I will hear their cry. Like, so it's like, why are you messing with them? Like, why are you messing with these people? Like why are you messing with these people? I don't understand it. And it's like, why don't you want to help? Like, where's the sense of community at? I don't understand that. Like, hey, I see your dad or your mom's not in your life. I understand, like, that's going to be a lot of work and a lot of strain on the parent that is left. Like, hey, let me check in. Be like, hey, do you need extra groceries? Like, here, I got you some groceries. Or, hey, like, I see you got a kid. They ain't got a bike or a scooter. Here's a scooter or a bike. You know what I mean? Like, I live around several parents with kids roughly my kids' age, and literally, if my kids outgrow something and I see the parents outside with their kid, I will literally be like, hey, I noticed you got this kid. You want this bike? My son outgrew this bike. My daughter outgrew this bike. I'll just be like, oh, hey, excuse me. You know, I usually like go to them, like, just about 100% acknowledge the mom. And if the dad happens to be there, he's second. But I'm talking to the woman out of respect and be like, hey, like, I just gave away like so many like little kid hangers. I was like, the people out there, I was like, hey, like, your daughter looks smaller than mine. Do y'all need these little kid hangers? Bow. My daughter outgrew this really nice scooter bike thing. I gave it to a lady. I said, hey, I saw you with a little baby girl. Like, would you like this? And sure enough, she was like, oh, this would be great. Like, you know, most parents will take it, you know, if it's in good condition or whatever, because the stuff costs too much. Like, I don't understand. Where's the community at? Like, where's the community at? Like, hey, like, my daughter outgrew this. My daughter or my son has this. Would you like to? Do you know how much stuff I would give to my grandson through marriage when I was married? I would purposely buy like unisex stuff just to be like, when my daughter outgrows it, I can give it to you and your son. Like, where's the community at? And I remember being fussed at. I was literally being fussed at because obviously I was already in a bad situation. And they were like, why are you trying to look out for her? Like, that's what we live in. Like, are you serious? What do you mean? And I had to literally tell them, I've been a single mom. Like, you need all help you can get. Like, why would you? What's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you people? Like, people help me. I needed help as a single mom, especially my first child. Like, I really needed help because he was like much more low functioning in his autism than he is now. I need all help in the world. And you mean to tell me I can't just Like, get out my face with that. Like, I'm telling you, like, people be like, oh, you shouldn't help people because you need help. If I got it, if I got, like, I'm telling you, downward spiral, downward spiral. We ain't going nowhere fast. Needless to say, I still try to give her stuff every now and then through her dad. And I'll be like, hey, does she need this or that? Or hey, I got this. Like, I want to check first. You know, like, I ain't even gotta like you. You think I gotta like you to do right by God? I don't gotta like you. Those, like, I just need to be worried about doing right by God. You can talk about me all you want, but when I die, I'm gonna be like, hey, you were a sinner, but I appreciate the fact that you looked out for the fatherless. Like, I don't know. I gotta stop rambling. I just be having thoughts on my mind, I guess.